What's up, guys? So we have this 2017 Toyota 86 in. It's got a knocking noise coming from the engine area. Another shop a few years ago replaced the bottom end on it, and now it's got like a more of a ticking noise instead of a knocking noise coming back here from the bell housing area. There's an inspection hole right back here that you can hear it from. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the engine out and see if we can figure out what's hitting back there making this knocking type noise. Okay, so we got the engine out here. I noticed when I was taking it apart that the starter had a whole bunch of chunks out of the teeth. So I'll need a new starter for that. But I also noticed when I was taking it apart, so this is your dowel pin, and that aligns the engine block to the transmission and keeps it all square. It's a machined hole. I noticed when I was taking this engine out, on the back side of the tranny is an open hole so you can see this dowel through. When I was looking at the other side over here, I could see that there was no dowel, and when I pulled it out, of course there's no dowel there. And you're probably asking, why is this not having a dowel making any kind of knocking noise? Well, I'll show you here in a sec. But if you find any of this information helpful or interesting, please consider subscribing and leave a like so it can spread to more people. So what happens if this dowel is out, you never notice it by the look, but if the engine, this FA20 engine, well really any manufacturer engine, is just slightly off, it's actually going to throw the centering off for where the torque converter hooks to this flex plate. And so this is your flex plate here, and what happens is the torque from the engine will come out from here and transfer through this plate up to here to your torque converter bolts. So this is naturally going to flex just a tiny bit with all the torque transferring from the engine to the torque converter. So here's your torque converter. So when after it goes through that flex plate, it's actually bolting up right here, and then this will spin, and that goes out your transmission and then out to the rear wheels. So if it's slightly off, this could flex, and just over time, if it's flexing in the wrong way that it's manufactured to flex, it can crack. And I don't know if you guys can see, right there's a crack, and there's another crack there. And if I go down here and grab it, you can hear that it's cracked all the way through. So behind this flex plate there is a tone ring that the crank sensor runs off of. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and do some more inspection and see if there's a crack in that, and I'll show you what this looks like after I get it off. Now that I got it apart, you can see that this tone ring here, so the crank sensor runs off all these little teeth right here, but You can see since that flex plate was flexing so much, it's actually put quite a big groove in that. So we'll go ahead and replace this. And here's the flex plate. You can see that it almost is completely cracked all the way around. You can remove that with your finger there. So I'll get a flex plate order and this tone ring and some gaskets, and then we'll start going back together. Okay, now that we got all the parts, we can start reassembling the FA20 engine. Okay, now that we got the flex plate installed, we can reinstall this engine back into the car.
Everything is not enough. Really hard is by the ocean. Long of those white hot sands. Where every sunrise is just